Most elders can derive significant benefit from intensive rehabilitation. Whether the problem is caused by an illness, injury, or just debilitation, a well-designed rehabilitation program can restore an elder's independence. Older adults can reclaim the life that they have previously enjoyed. The key is to not give up, but to work to find what it takes to motivate and help the elder realize his potential.
The preset that encourages the idea that elders are incompetent contributes to the unfortunate erroneous belief that elders with memory loss cannot benefit from rehabilitation because they can't remember what to do. This belief simply isn't true. Much of what we do in daily life is automatic. We don't even think about it. A person with memory impairment can respond quite well to therapy. Cueing can be used if needed. It is also not unusual, once a person is moving around more, for them to have less pain. Without the need for high doses of pain medication, their memory problems also often improve significantly.
Carl is another example of the real problems of real people caused by ageism. Writing to his brother, who lives in another state, Carl describes his experience, an experience all too common in the lives of older adults. Here I sit, staring out the window. It's a beautiful spring day, the kind of day I would love to be in the garden, just as I have been every spring until this year. I can imagine the wonderful warmth of the sun on my shoulders and the smell of freshly tilled soil. Instead of being out here in life, here I sit. I have no control over what I eat, what I do, or where I go. I'm never taken outside. Here I sit in a jail, a nursing home jail. 6 months ago, I slipped on black ice on my front steps and fell and hit my head. Apparently, I lay there for some time before the postman found me. I was in the hospital for a few days. They tell me I didn't know where I was, which is probably true since I've never been there before. My distant cousin Clarice, who lives about 2 hours away, was contacted as my nearest relative. The last time I saw Clarice was 3 years ago when she came by to leave me a fruitcake just before Christmas. Clarice and the hospital discharge planner got together and decided I couldn't go back home. The next thing I knew, I was here, and my house was sold to pay for it. Now I can't go back home, can't go back to my garden. Those who put me here don't understand that all of life is about taking risks, about problem solving when challenges arise. It's about freedom. Freedom to take a bath or not to. Freedom to get up when you want to. Freedom to eat what sounds good. Freedom to hire the little boy down the street to mow your lawn, not because you think he'll do the best job, but because you want to help contribute to his understanding about the value of hard work. None of that freedom is allowed here, and I can tell I am dying inside. Much of society continues to have the preset or expectation that the normal progression of advanced age leads to ending one's life living in a nursing home. Most people in a nursing home don't need nursing care, they just need some extra help. Yet we expect them to live out their lives as permanent patients, with their bodies being warehoused and their minds and spirits largely ignored.
Regardless of one's age or infirmity, elders can bounce back from illness or injury. Expecting elders to end their lives in a nursing home is another preset that discriminates against elders. There is a growing movement, however, that is promoting elder-focused care. What this means is that efforts are made to identify who the elder really is, what his or her values are, what is meaningful in their lives, what he or she can do, what he needs help with, what skills, and with the right interventions might be able to be regained. This type of plan represents effective elder case management and can mean the difference in whether elders are able to fully live out their lives with a sense of meaning and purpose. What an elder wants for the rest of his life should be at least equally as important as what professionals think he needs. Creative elder case management searches for new solutions that bridge the two.
There is a growing recognition that expecting elders to deteriorate is not a normal, natural, or irreversible occurrence. Elders can bounce back from infirmities, and when they do, they are able to live out their lives more independently with a higher quality of life and less cost. Summit View is a demonstration project in Chattanooga, Tennessee that has identified how to help assure that elders can bounce back from their infirmities, reclaiming their independence. This creates a life full of stimulation, meaning, and purpose, and avoids having an elder need to end her life in a nursing home.
Summit View Senior Community in Chattanooga, Tennessee has been recognized for having a program that reflects 21st century thinking about how to maximize elder potential. Summit View recognizes that every elder continues to have a purpose for their life, and they work to provide the support and encouragement needed to help them carry out that focus. Summit View's unique Bounce Back program recognizes that regardless of their level of infirmity, elders always have the potential to bounce back from physical or cognitive problems with the right help and interventions. Helping elders bounce back not only improves their quality of life, but also results in substantial savings in the cost of care. The Summit View program alone saves the state of Tennessee close to $3 million a year by preventing the need for Medicaid-funded nursing home beds. If similar approaches were adopted nationally, it could easily save over $20 billion annually in Medicare and Medicaid costs, while enabling the elders involved to reclaim those things in life that are most important to them. The approaches are simple and straightforward and can be replicated by anyone committed to maximizing elder potential.